And I'm getting emotional thinking about this because this is my goal with this account, is to be an activator for you with the dreams that you have and the visions that you hold. Because I've been on a freaking journey and I have never stopped exploring that limitless potential inside of me. This is the new chapter of Nikki Meyers, and I'm so happy you're here. Welcome in to a little tea time chat with Nikki. Today we're going to be having just a bit of a discussion and conversation about this reality field and what I believe is really going down in this reality field and the way that I perceive life. Because over the past 5, 6 years of my life, I've been on this insane journey where I feel like I've just received more and more information as I've released certain limitations. I've been able to just connect in with more awareness on how this experience works. And when I think back to the way that I used to interact with life when I was first graduating college and living in New York City and working in a corporate job, I had no awareness around everything that I understand and know now. And it caused me to interact with life through this victim mentality where I always thought like things were happening to me. And it was this very like draining way of seeing reality where I felt super powerless. And I remember sitting in that cubicle back in like 2017, 2018, and I just had this like spark within me that knew I was here to live a life of magic and creation where I was doing what I love, helping, serving, feeling fulfilled with what I do. And it was just this very clear knowing. Like, I remember standing up and looking at all of the older people that were working in the office. And I had this thought in my head. I'm like, there's no way that that is going to be my life. I'm not going to be 50 years old coming and sitting in this cubicle and doing that for all these years. And it just felt off to me. It felt off as I had conversations with people that I worked with where they had been there for so many years, but yet they were so unhappy. And I noticed this culture of people kind of wanting to run out of the office and drink and numb the pain away, which is exactly what I fell into. And I knew that that was not going to be my life, that there was more to this reality experience. I started to really wake up and feel into this potential of like, no, there's no way. There's no way me as a being sitting here as this like physical human has no free will to just go out and build the life that I want to build, to be the person that I want to be, to wake up and do the things that I want to do. So I started watching content online where I would watch these videos of people that completely changed their life. I would watch a lot of impact theory, which I'm not even sure he creates the same kind of content anymore, Tom, the host, because he would interview so many people that took themselves from the lowest of lows. We're talking like homeless drug addicts that turned their life around and now are authors or speakers or whatever it is that they went into, something that was a reflection of like them serving based off of the gifts that they activated through their path. And I just really started exposing my brain to all of these people that found some sort of power within them, they found some sort of like light, an activation of this potential. And as I was priming my brain with all of this evidence of like what's possible in this reality field, of how someone can go from this to that, I looked around at my own reality field. And at the time, I had no spiritual awareness. I hadn't gone through my awakening yet. I was really struggling with anxiety and identification with thoughts and really struggling with anxiety, like to the point where I would have panic attacks on the regular in the office. And it got to a point where my boss had to pull me to the side one day and have a really serious conversation with me about potentially losing my job because of how poor my mental health was, which I don't even think he understood the extent of it. And it was rough. And at the time, what I started to just feel within was this possibility, this knowing that there was a way for me to start taking actions in life that would put me on a path that aligned with my desires, with the kind of life that I want to build. And I'm a Pisces. I'm a fucking dreamer. I can dream all day and really tap into these visions and knowings. I've been activating a lot of my psychic abilities. And now I'm understanding that the visions I'm having are just me tuning into other timelines and reality fields. But from that point in my life, I really started to tap into these visions of what I knew my life was going to be. And I'll drop you into what those visions were. I would have visions of me in a kitchen sharing. I was like cooking in the vision, and I was sharing something through like talking to a camera and sharing something on a video, like filming and recording video. I don't know why I'm saying this so funny. I was in a kitchen recording a video while cooking, like making a vlog content type of thing. And when I think about me tapping into that vision, there was also like the knowing that I would live near the ocean, that I would have a dog, a family, and I could see myself in this like effortless flow of serving. There was always this knowing that I was going to be like helping people and creating content online. And when that vision started to come to me as I was working that corporate job, combined with me exposing my brain to possibility by listening to people's stories and hearing what it is that they did in their life to bring themselves from A to Z, I started to unlock this awareness in me. And now that I'm speaking about this, it's like becoming clear to me what was happening then. I haven't actually reflected on the energetics of what was happening, but the consciousness of those beings that tapped into that potential, I was starting to activate that within myself by consuming the content and picking up on that frequency of limitless potential. And I'm getting emotional thinking about this because this is my goal with this account, is to be an activator for you with the dreams that you have and the visions that you hold. Because I've been on a freaking journey and I have never stopped exploring that limitless potential inside of me. And it has transformed and evolved into this spiritual journey of really getting to know myself and my shadows and the darkest parts of my psyche and sitting with that shit like hours upon hours of subconscious healing sessions and hours upon hours of meditations and clearings and energetic clearings that have brought me to this place of connection with the part of me that feels limitless. And my goal with everything I'm making on this page is to be a walking example. Oh my God, I didn't know this was going to crack me open like this. A walking example of how beautiful this life is and how fucking limitless you are as a being. I think I lost what I was saying before, but the journey that I've been on the past 7 years of my life, I never know how many years to say because my spiritual journey started about 5 years ago, but my entire personal development self-exploration journey really started in like 2018, 2019, 6, 7 years. That whole journey has been an awakening where my experience of life has completely altered. I went from feeling so powerless to having this knowing of like, okay, yes, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do this and that and quit my job. And I just kept running up against these walls and blocks and doubt and self-sabotage. And that whole journey brought me on this even deeper exploration of my limitless potential, where I started learning about the subconscious and how if we have a conscious desire, but then we have subconscious beliefs that go against those conscious desires, will act in a way that's not even in alignment with what we truly desire. I went down this whole freaking path to the point where I became a certified subconscious healer. That's what I've been doing in my work as a career for the past 3 years of my life. And the light inside of me has never stopped expanding, and it is reflected to me in my reality field in insane ways. The past 5 years of my life, 6 years, I've been with my partner, Peter, and we have really joined up as fucking teammates in this lifetime to make this life that we are living together the most magical life that we can experience. And when we first started dating, I had just started my Oath to Growth Instagram account, and it was just about health coaching at the time. And from day freaking one, that man has supported me more than I even knew was possible when it came to support. I was even reflecting last night as he was watching one of my YouTube videos. I'm just like, holy fuck. This man has watched every single piece of content I have ever made over the past 5 years, 6 years. I don't even know when I started my Oath to Growth account, but when we started dating 6 years ago, he has watched every single piece of my content. And I was just having this wild reflection moment of like how we joined up as these beautiful teammates in this lifetime to share love, but to also be these dreamers. And my husband and I both have a lot of Cancer, Pisces energy in our chart, but he also has a lot of Capricorn and Scorpio. So he's a fucking like, he can get shit done. And we, one of our best friends sent us a text the other day congratulating us on the purchase of our Portugal house, and defines Peter and I pretty well. He said, "You guys are dreamers, but you're also doers." And I share this kind of part of my life with my relationship because my relationship with Peter has been one of the most expansive containers for me to join up with this soul that also is so dedicated to living a life that is pure freaking magic. And we have been on this journey of being so immersed in our life and having so much fun and exploring it and adventuring and all the things, going to freaking Burning Man and getting engaged there, getting married in Vegas. Like, we are just very free spirited with the way that we live life. And I just feel so grateful that I found a partner who views life the same way that I do, because we are really building such a beautiful reality field together. And we were living in LA, and we moved out of LA to really focus on our dreams, and we decided to take this like 2 year gap period from just being so immersed in life to just be immersed in the building of our visions. And for 2 years, we've been living in Arizona, planning this next chapter of moving to Europe. My husband's European, and we will officially be moving to Europe in 2026, Portugal. So over these past 2 years, we have been putting in the fucking work of like setting the foundation. He has been pouring his heart and soul into getting our like finances set up with like businesses and the LLCs and the little whatever the fuck. I like can't even get involved in that. He's such a numbers guy and a systems guy. I like literally pray to the heavens because of how grateful I am with how organized he is with all of this life stuff. But we have really joined forces and have committed over these past 2 years to make our vision a reality. And we have had so much fun in the process. There have been difficult moments of living out here in kind of the middle of nowhere and feeling a bit disconnected, but also this like really, really beautiful solitude and boredom that has allowed us to tap into magic, like magic. We have been visioning and pulling together our powers of manifestation and our consciousness to curate this life of just like pure creation. And we went to Portugal this summer to explore the options for a home there. And this is just like a perfect example of how we function. So many people told us, "Oh, it's so difficult to get property in Portugal." Like, "Oh," and we're like, "Oh, we want to like try and find one close to the village, maybe near the beach." And they're like, "Oh, good luck with that." Like, even when we were there, we were out at a bar one night talking to a bunch of people that had moved there. I was talking to this guy from Jersey that lives there, and him and his wife have been house searching for 4 years. 4 years. He's like, yeah, all the bureaucracy here, it's so difficult. It just always is like taking so long, it falls through. And we just didn't let that impact us. And we had this vision of a beautiful home that would be walking distance from the beach. And when I tell you the house that we manifested was just beyond what we could have ever written down on paper. Bigger, better, closer to the beach, cheaper. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. And my husband and I have like perfected this craft of manifesting that is so effortless. Like, we don't even speak about it through that energy and that lens, but we do at the same time. It's like I'll draw in the vision and then I bring it to him, or he draws in a vision and he brings it to me. And we really start like cultivating it. Like, we'll send pictures to each other. We'll start DMing each other on Instagram about like this and that, and just like drawing in the pieces. Now, like putting together all of these funny things that we do that are just so effortless that we don't even think about as like manifestation, but it truly is. And we'll like print photos and just like leave them laying around the house. I got a photo framed of like us in Portugal, like a drawing for his birthday, and it's like hanging in our kitchen. And yeah, we just have this really fun, immersive way of making life this fun video game where we are so grounded where our feet are and like in the flow of life, but also at the same time allowing ourselves to dream and expand past the limitations of what the world and society wants us to think is possible. And I know I'm sharing all of these stories in such a zigzag motion and going all over the place, but my goal with this video is just to send you the frequency of limitless possibility, because I promise you, as you start to really tap in, which you already are, I shouldn't even say start, as you continue to really tap in to this limitless fucking potential, the power that you are. When I say limitless potential, I'm talking about the consciousness that you are. The more you identify with that, the doubts come in and they mean nothing. The people say something and it means nothing. The stories of what society wants us to do, it means nothing. Because the more you connect in with that limitless potential, that energy that is you, you just get to experience that. And life becomes a fucking video game where what you want to tap into and experience, you get to. But not because it's needed to make you happy, but because we live in a fun simulated reality where we literally came here to create. And my husband and I are really dedicated to being so grateful for our reality experience. Like, something else that I just adore so deeply about my husband is how grateful he is for life and how happy of a person he is. Of course, he has moments of feeling emotion and he's a human, but there is this baseline of pure gratitude that he has taught me so much about. And he has really been such a catalyst for me expanding my heart and my mind on the beauty of this reality field. And to be with him has been so beautiful because I get to really see reality through his eyes, and it expands me in ways that it's hard to vocalize. But I think that gratitude and that love for life has allowed us to step into these co-creator roles with such an like a groundedness. Because it's one thing to think you need to always manifest and like tap into these things because you're just so dissatisfied with where you are, but to live life from this like grounded peace and gratitude with where you are, and then to put on top of that the limitless potential of creation, that is my mission here. Like, infusing that energy into your life is my mission. So you're going to hear me talk about on my page consciousness work, healing work with the subconscious that allows you to tap into this energy, this consciousness that you are. You're going to hear me talk about Eckhart Tolle a lot, Michael Singer. These are my favorite spiritual teachers because they really ground you into the present moment and the ability to disconnect from thoughts and egoic stories that aren't even who we are, and to ground into the present moment with that gratitude is something that I'm going to speak about because I think it's so important. But also, I am here to activate the fuck out of you. I'm about to be moving to Portugal. I can't even believe I'm saying that. I'm about to be moving to Portugal in a few months, like early 2026. And I'm going to be sharing my journey on here And I'm really, really excited about it because it's not just me sharing my journey. I want to share the frequency of life, of potential, of the beauty that exists, and not in a way of, look at me. It's, look at this. Look at life. And now go look at your own life through your own lens of beauty and gratitude and limitless potential, and expand that energy into your world and see what happens when you bring that level of consciousness and creation into your field. So I really trusted on where this was going to go, and I'm so happy I just kind of let it rip. This is the new chapter of Nikki Meyers, and I'm so happy you're here. So funny, I started this YouTube page a year ago, and right as I decided to commit to it, Bella and I had a really beautiful conversation about, okay, no, we're actually going to commit to Om and like go all in on the Out of Our Minds podcast and build the community and start a group program on there and do retreats. And we had this conversation in her pool back in 2024 about how I would take a break from my YouTube, and I'm back. And I'm so happy, and I'm just so grateful for Bella, for Out of Our Minds, for my husband, my family, my friends, you. Like, I just feel so grateful, and life is so beautiful, and I hope to share that beauty with you and the limitless potential of what it is that we can create here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really didn't think that I would cry. Actually, that's a fucking lie. I cry all the time. I'm a Pisces, Sun, Cancer, Moon, so expect a lot of tears on this page too. Tears of beauty. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next video.